So, hello everyone. For the next 40 minutes, we're going to be focusing on a topic that I think is quite close to everyone's heart who's here at the Impact Day today. And indeed to every Estonian, I'm sure. We're going to be talking about innovation, but not just the wide term of innovation, but we're going to be looking at a very specific, I'd say, niche of innovation, form of innovation. We're going to be talking about social innovation. And today we have 4 excellent speakers from 4 countries. I don't know if we have the most international panel, but one of the most international panels. We're going to be hearing 4 success stories from Estonia, from Germany, from the Netherlands, and from Luxembourg. And after that, we will have a more general discussion about social innovation. So just before we start, and just to get a more general feel, can anyone who's heard about the term social innovation just raise their hand for a minute? Oh, quite a few of you. So that's quite good. Right, so without further ado, let's start from home. Let's start with Pirkko. Please tell us about a good example from Estonia.
Should I stand up or can I sit?
Whatever you prefer.
Okay. So I'm introducing something that probably doesn't need introducing in Estonia or introduction. I want to talk about Let's Do It World. It's an initiative that started in Estonia in 2008 with a very simple idea to clean Estonia in one day. It was a grassroots initiative. There were a great team of volunteers behind it, people from the environmental side, from third sector, from business, from tech. So they put up a small team and launched a campaign to clean Estonia. And both also raise awareness, and the campaign activated actually in the first year 50,000 Estonians, so it's 4% of Estonians. And the story got attention outside of Estonia. So we had great Toomas Hendrik Ilve as the president vouching for it, and team as well making videos going outside. So now it's an international movement. Last year, 19 million people came out of their homes to clean the planet, and it's an international day that is recognized by United Nations. So it's a global call. It's a movement that started. So something that we Estonians are very proud of as an example. Thank you.
Perfect. What do you think made it so popular and made it gain so much international traction? I mean, you even mentioned United Nations. What made it so big? What was it about it?
So I thought about it. I actually talked to the team about it in the meantime. And I think there were 2 things. I think first, the topic is extremely important, and it was important when it started 16 years ago. It's like an early movement in a way, because right now we are talking about climate way more than we did back then. And there's, in a way, it's also simple, because if you want to solve like poverty in a day, you can't do it. But cleaning the world is actually something that first raises awareness. It's actually doable, and there's a kind of a promise that it will engage us all and start a bigger movement or systemic changes in the long run.
Lovely, thank you very much. Now, let's move to Luxembourg. Vanessa is going to give us another example about cleaning the environment, though from a slightly different angle, I believe. Vanessa.
Yes. So thank you very much for having me to this event and giving me the opportunity to speak about social innovation initiatives in Luxembourg and give you an insight to the support that our government has offered to social businesses and actors of the social economy for the last 15 years now. So I will start with Clean Something for Nothing. You wanted a global movement, and Clean Something for Nothing, they continue that global movement because they believe in the power of community to create positive change. Their mission is straightforward: connecting people to clean the world one bag of trash at a time through a mobile app. all taking action in local cleanup initiatives to create a litter-free world together. Since their inception in 2022, the app has mobilized thousands of volunteers and registered more than 5,000 cleanup events across 70-plus countries. Together, they have collected more than 730,000 kilograms of waste. Their vision, a litter-free world where everyone feels responsible for the health of our planet. They aim to foster a conscious and collaborative society where small, repeated actions lead to global changes and partner up with companies, municipalities, schools to implement tailored programs. A key part of their business is the Pick and Plant initiative, where companies sponsor the removal of trash while also funding the planting of trees. This dual impact restores our environment, replacing trash with trees, and enhances global CSR efforts of traditional businesses. And finally, they collaborate with organizations like World Cleanup Day, which I discovered today was an Estonian initiative, social innovation initiative. So I think that we all agree we must join them in their mission. Download the app, clean something for nothing, because it's not their trash, but it's our planet.
For sure, thank you. Do you think the technological aspect helps with the impact measurement of this initiative?
Well, I think so. It's definitely true in the case of CSFN, because why? Via their mobile app, they are able to collect real-time, high-quality data with geospecific locations. The data can be analyzed, patterns identified, future impact can be predicted, and strategies could finally be optimized accordingly so as to maximize the impact on our planet.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Iselien, you are from Netherlands and you're going to present us a slightly different example from your country, please.
Completely different and much more smaller. Where is it? Yes, there it is.
Try and find the right slide. Yeah, here we go.
I'm from, thank you for having me here, first of all. I'm from the Netherlands, and this is an example of Kennisland. That is a small company where I work. We work in social innovation. Let's start with the problem. The problem was that in the Amsterdam area, we had, the forecast was that there are too many students in the Amsterdam area, and there were not enough schools, there were not enough teachers, so the pressure on education was very high. And we had also a hidden agenda as Kennisland, because we thought if schools are meant to help students, children, to live in a real world, in real life, why schools don't look like the real life. So our hidden agenda was innovation in education, but the problem behind the problem was that the education system was stuck. And so it was dedicated by boards, by policy makers, and they didn't have any incentive to build new schools or to work on innovation. So what did we do? We organized a crowdsourcing campaign for new schools. And we asked every resident of Amsterdam to come up with an idea, a plan. So we had around, I can look here. We had 300 ideas and plans and very good ideas for new schools. And those people were not from the schools itself. Parents, entrepreneurs, all kind of people. Then we asked the rest of Amsterdam to help choose what were the best schools or plans. So that were the social media votes, and then 50 of them were selected by a jury. No, the jury selected from the 15 left 15 plans, and those plans we helped Kennisland together with school coaches, with experts on legal matters, financial matters. We helped those schools to get to majority, and these schools were launched eventually. So we had 5 new schools. So you see, it's a very small, good practice, but we are very proud of it, and especially because the most important outcome was that we can change the system from bottom up. So with all civilians of Amsterdam, we changed the education system. We had one law amendment. We really changed laws. We changed the rules, you can say.
You mentioned that you changed the education system. What do you think can be changed further in the education system so that we would nurture more new system disruptors, new system changers in our schools?
Yeah, I know you are going to ask me that question, and I already
1 minute max.
I thought it's a very difficult question, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we have to take more initiatives like this, and not only in Amsterdam, but in all the cities in Europe. And well, we think it takes a village to raise a child, so you shouldn't let it all be done by one institute, or even if it is a good institute like an education institute. But I think that's the answer for now.
Thank you so much. And finally, let's go to Germany. Norbert, you are going to again present us with a very different example, please.
Thank you for the invitation. Yes, I have as an example about Asperger autistic people. So the founder of Auticon, which is the company name, came in 2012 to our social business incubator with the question how we can integrate Asperger autistic people in the German job market. He is a father of a son who has an Asperger autistic syndrome, and he knows exactly about the problems and the specific competences of this Asperger autistic people. So specific competences are, for example, that they have the ability to concentrate for hours and hours on the same topic, but also they are very interested and motivated to find precise answers, and it fits very, very good to the IT market. So the idea was to qualify these Asperger autistic people as IT developers, but then still we had the problem with the specific behavior of Asperger autistic, so we came up with the idea to engage social workers for supervising the Asperger autistic people in the business. So because the Asperger IT developers earn a lot of money, so we could afford social workers in this case. And now you can see Auticon grows very, very fast. We have 370 employees with Asperger autistic worldwide. So it's a company who's scaled already worldwide. They have offices not only in Germany, like you can see, UK, United States, Australia, whatever. So it's a very successful social innovation.
Yes, so from Norbert we got an example that social innovation can grow into an award-winning international initiative. So very interesting. Norbert, how do you think technology can help scale up social innovations so that they become more globally recognized maybe and used like you see here in very different countries?
Yeah, but Auticon is not a tech innovation.
Yes.
They are analysts. They work for big IT companies. But I have 10 or 15 other examples which are not based on tech, who scale to different countries. But in principle, the tech has a lot of opportunities to scale social innovation in other countries. But your question is a little bit tricky, because to scale in other countries is also based on the market situation. And a lot of social innovations are not focused on the market, they are much more focused on the needs of beneficiaries. So, and then you need also in financial background, public funding or private funding, that you can scale from one country to the next country. So we have both. On the one hand side, you have the opportunity with tech to scale, but you have to look if there is also a market for your solutions, and if it's no market, you have to find other ways to finance your projects.
Thank you. Thank you all for such inspiring examples, and really good to show as well that social innovation can create impact in very different life areas. Let's zoom into individual countries for a second. Let's talk about what do you think in your individual countries are the key enablers for social innovation and the key support mechanisms. Pirkko, you haven't talked in a while. Let's start with Estonia.
Well, in Estonia, and coming from the third sector, from Heatöö Sihtasutus, I have to say that the driver in Estonia has been like the private sector, the third sector, who have seen issues and wanted to solve them. So a lot of them are grassroots, and they actually work year after year after year to get recognized by the ministries or the government. But also because and there are a few elements below it that support it. It's the fact that in Estonia we are so small, so we can actually, like in the example of this world cleanup, how it started, we bring very easily the tech, the business, the social know-how into the same room, and from there supporting each other either financially or with know-how, we can actually test ideas really quickly, fail quickly, learn a lot in the process, and this is what enables, or I think it might be universal, you might disagree from different country perspectives, but it's also in social innovation you need license to fail, and if you are a government providing an educational system, then you don't have this failure in your agenda. So the testing and driving innovative ideas and solution comes from the third sector, and from the speed and the ability to bring these new innovations on the table, because at some point they are tested, at some point they are in negotiations with a specific ministry, and they might need sort of a license then to be leveraged within the system. But yeah, the government provides a schoolhouse, but then you need Noored Kooli, which is represented here, or asendusõpetajad, or kiusamisvaba kool, so you need different initiatives that actually solve then problems within this structure.
Perfect, thank you. Vanessa, what about in Luxembourg?
Well, first, let me say that we are living a momentum now after the adoption of the UN resolution on social economy, which is a clear milestone in history. We have finally overcome the discussions on the definition of social economy, social innovation, social enterprises. There are plenty of recommendations from the EU, the OECD, the UN, that countries need to put into practice, and I strongly believe that 10 million social enterprises worldwide create 200 million jobs that need us. And there is a role for governments to play in creating an enabling environment for social businesses, and we luckily do have that power. And I would like to talk about the few building blocks of our strategy, because in our view, visibility and recognition are crucial to the success of social enterprise and social innovation. So since 2009, we have a ministerial department dedicated to the promotion of social economy and implementing policies in the field in Luxembourg. Our former Prime Minister, Jean-Claude Juncker, already stated in 2009 that we are giving it a recognition in Luxembourg that it receives in few countries on earth, and we consider this area of policy to be an essential mission of government and as a third pillar of our economy, he said. It offers products and services of socio-economic value to the public that are not offered by mainstream businesses, but that are definitely needed. So in 2013, we created the first umbrella organization of social enterprises under the impulse of the government, the first legal framework in 2016 for social businesses, and it allowed for not only for them to be officially recognized via the implementation of a special accreditation for social businesses, but also to provide tax incentives to businesses that were putting people and planet first. Then we continued with the implementation of satellite accounts, which allowed us to collect unprecedented data on more than 2,100 entities in social economy in Luxembourg, which contribute to 2% of our national GDP. And I believe that our efforts of raising awareness over the last 2 years with a launch of Social Economy Gateway and the label Impact Luxembourg, tailored communication campaigns on social media channels, they definitely paid off. And our Ministry of Labour has developed an offer of dedicated workshops for schools around topics of social impact and a way of doing business differently. And we have launched as well the Social Business Incubator and developed a flagship program, the Touch Base program, so be a social entrepreneur, offering a work environment, tailor-made support to social businesses and networking opportunities. So the government clearly reiterated once more their commitment to the social economy. What is important to us is really to build bridges between social economy and mainstream businesses.
So you've done a lot.
Yeah, I could talk for ages. I'm sorry. We are doing a lot of things.
Iselien and Norbert, really quickly as well. Key drivers in your countries.
You said it all. Yeah, maybe, because the question was what needs our different countries, and I don't know if it's different, but I think it's very important that we listen to society. There's a lot of knowledge and experience in society, and so that's one thing. Another thing is that we have to think of breakthroughs in silos, is that a word? Networks, cross-sectoral cooperation, work on cooperation, put the issue and the question in the middle, forget egos. I think that I will add that kind of things.
Perfect, thank you. Norbert?
Yeah, if you look to Germany now, at the moment, you will find excellent situation compared to other countries in Europe, because since 2021 we have the topic social innovation in the federal program, and so also support models on this. And since 1 year we have a national strategy on social innovation, so we have a clear direction, and also more or less they start to launch support projects, financial support projects for social startups, for social enterprises, for universities. So it's a big topic in Germany now, social innovation. But if you look back, maybe in the beginning, the first 10 years, when we started in 2010 with the idea to create an ecosystem for social innovation in Germany, in the first 10, 12 years, we had only support by foundations and by CSR departments. And when they put it 2 years ago in the federal program, the first moment, the initial moment was worse, because foundations and CSR departments stopped the support, and the support of the public didn't start. So the last 2 years was very difficult, but now actually today we got, or in this month they started a program for social startup about 120 million. So that's a big amount of money to support social innovations in Germany.
Perfect, thank you. So let's talk about partnerships and international partnerships, because we are actually all in one social innovation partnership. How can international cooperation help with developing social innovation, and what kind of impact can it have on a more, let's say, regional or even global level with social innovation? Anyone who wants to speak?
Thinking about this question, my first thought was that you can't do innovation alone, level on social innovation, that the first ideas might be local. There is always potential to scale out to other countries. As the organizations or government officials were thinking how to enable it better, but we're actually running and seeing the same problem. So it's worthwhile to listen what others have already gone through. And just now, our government is also starting to think how to purchased like social innovation, and then the question came yesterday from somebody that how do we have actually a definition for social innovation? If we want to launch a call, then what are the parameters? How do we recognize it? And then I just realized that Germany actually already has a similar pact. So it's great to learn, and it actually allows us to move much faster. And also sometimes if the country Estonia is in a way also very small, so we have been part of international networks for actually basically a whole time for the existence of Good Deed Foundation. And sometimes when I go to an international conference, I have saying that I go there to feel sane. That whatever I'm doing in Estonia, I didn't invent it, I'm not crazy, there are actually people who are doing it somewhere else, and this is like my annual sanity check that is really needed, because otherwise, I get buried.
Brilliant. Anyone else has any thoughts on that?
In Germany we have a phrase, profit from outside has a higher expertise than profits from inside. So that's very often we have the situations that they invite experts from outside, and we know exactly, we have worked with them for 10 years and we have the same knowledge about these topics. But on the other hand, I think the transnational work has a lot of opportunities. On the one hand side, it gives a legitimation for national activities, even for ministries. So it's much easier to find solutions if you can say, Portugal does the same, so Germany or Luxembourg does the same, as a part of legitimation. On the other hand, we can see, if you look now to Europe, so I have in the development of social innovation processes and support models, the countries are in different stages. For example, Portugal has a lot of expertise in financial instruments. We don't have it. We are discussed a lot about this, how we can organize new financial instruments. So last year I had a discussion with the head of the Portugal Social Innovation, and he said, we have a lot of financial expertise, but you have much more expertise on impact measurement.
Right.
So we have to come together. So we can learn from each other, because we have different development stages in different countries, and so we can learn from each other. And that's also the reason for our transnational partnership.
Lovely, thank you. Vanessa, Iselien, anything to add to?
Well, yes, I think that a lot has been said, but lucky me, I don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. I can look at what other countries are doing. Inspiration is key for me, and although there does not exist a one-size-fits-all strategy, but you can exchange best practices with the other countries, partners, contribute to scaling innovation globally, and avoid their pitfalls, because there are also pitfalls to avoid, and just benefit from the global movement of social innovation.
Yeah, everything is said. I think the Netherlands is a very market-driven country. I can say that, and so we really need knowledge about financial instruments, about scaling up things. But I think what we have is imagination, and we would like to spread this imagination to the other countries.
Great. You're from somewhat different sectors. But I was just wondering, is social innovation something that is easy to pitch and sell, so-called, to decision makers? Is it something that is quite easy to explain and kind of bring out the benefits that it can have? Or?
I should say no.
No?
It's very difficult to pitch because, and I don't think it's very important that we have a definition or a model, or because it's many things, but you don't know what is coming out. So it's a process, and it's very difficult to sell something that is not sure. It's innovation. So with and also social innovation. So it's not easy, but we have to try. And maybe that's also a benefit of our cooperation. We have to try together to tell it to the decision makers. Maybe but I have a dream. I would like to start a school for the decision makers, and show them how, not tell them, but show them and let them experience what it is. So I would like to do that.
Lovely dream.
Maybe we can do it together.
We can do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can remember in 2010 when I went in 2010 to the Ministry of Social Affairs, and I tried to talk about social innovation. And the first answer was, we have a ministry for research. You have to go to this ministry. This ministry is responsible for innovation. So that was 2012. Now we don't have a problem in Germany. We have inflation on social innovation definitions. Everyone has his own definition now, and it seems very sexy. If you hear a talk from any politician, you will find the word social innovation, definitely. Because it's sexy, it's good, sounds good, has a good value. So we have more or less the problem of the inflation of this definition, because if you have not a clear definition, everyone can sell everyone with social innovation. That makes it difficult.
Right. Pirkko? Is it easy?
Yeah. I think it's very easy to sell already tested social innovation and very hard to sell something that is not sure what will come out of it, or even we have an incubator for social startups, the Nula incubator in Estonia. We have several tech incubators where you can test your idea, and more ideas actually are with impact, with sustainability. And yes, but it's much more easier when it's already tested, because everybody wants the results, but nobody wants to do the hard work and failing in the process. Yeah. So I think this is something we still have to build the excitement for that.
Lovely. Vanessa, what do you think?
Well, it's difficult for me because I'm part of the decision-making process. But as you can see from the examples of Luxembourg that I just mentioned before, I think that there is a way of convincing politicians and decision makers to promote social innovation, to foster social businesses, and just go for it. And yeah, it is possible.
Okay. So we have just a few more minutes left. Let's make the perfect recipe for social innovation. Everyone, give me 2 ingredients and explain maybe briefly why those 2 ingredients. Whoever wants to start.
I have 2 ingredients. One is ask again, and the second one is follow your passion. And ask again has 2 aspects. One aspect is, if you are a startup, you have to ask your customers again and again to understand the needs. If you are a change agent, you have to ask decision makers why. And ask again to questioning the existing situation. That's ask again, and to follow your passion is, I know we have supported so many social startups in Germany. I would say 95% are motivated to have intrinsic motivation, and they are successful if they follow their passion.
Lovely, thank you. Who else wants to?
I think I will repeat myself. I think I've only spoken about failing, but maybe let's reframe it into learning and openness, maybe also to support you. And another thing that I really believe in is the cooperation between the sectors, between organizations working in the same sector, between experts coming in and joining the discussion, sort of everybody helping out in a way. So it's something we have to do together.
Lovely. And final 4 ingredients.
Yeah, and I repeat the word imagination.
Okay.
Experiment. Failure is all key elements. Listen, and not just listen, but listen deep to each other, and bring people together who are involved in the issue, because the issue is the key. And maybe one word we found out yesterday, I think, is about craziness. I mean, it needs a little bit craziness.
For sure.
Well, I can just add that I think that you need financial sustainability, because without the concrete funding model through revenue generation, there will be no impact. It's as simple as that. And measurable outcomes, because you need to track and measure your success, and in order to maximize your impact. Yeah,
perfect.
That's.
Thank you so much. It was very interesting to hear from all your experiences. I think it was a mini social innovation Eurovision. And if anyone wants to ask any questions, I'm sure you guys will be around somewhere in the festival area. So yeah, thank you very much.